There is a certain kind of woman who walks this earth differently, not because life is easier for her, but because she is anchored in something deeper than circumstances. She is a prayerful, chosen woman. Her strength is not loud, yet it shakes spiritual foundations. Her confidence is not rooted in validation, yet it commands respect without effort. While others may see only her calm demeanor, they cannot see the battles she has fought in silence, the tears she has turned into prayers, or the nights she has surrendered everything to God. This woman does not rely on chance or luck. She relies on divine alignment. And because of that, there are certain things in life that simply cannot happen to her. Not because she is immune to challenges, but because she is protected, guided, and preserved by something far greater than what the physical world can comprehend. Understand this clearly. Being a prayerful, chosen woman does not mean she escapes hardship. In fact, she often faces more resistance than most. But the difference lies in the outcome. What was meant to break her refines her. What was meant to confuse her becomes clarity. What was meant to destroy her ends up exposing the very forces that tried. There are spiritual laws operating in her life that override ordinary limitations. Her prayers create boundaries that negativity cannot cross. Her faith activates doors no human effort could open, and her connection with God ensures that even when things seem uncertain, they are never truly out of control. So when we say there are things that can never happen to her, we are speaking from a deeper truth. A truth that transcends logic and enters the realm of divine order. 1. She can never be permanently defeated. A prayerful, chosen woman may be knocked down, but she can never be permanently defeated. Life will test her in ways that stretch every layer of her being, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and even financially. There will be moments when the weight feels unbearable, when circumstances seem unfair, and when outcomes don't reflect the effort she has poured in. But even in those moments, defeat does not have permission to settle in her story. It may knock on her door, it may attempt to linger, but it can never establish a home within her spirit. Why? Because every time she falls, she doesn't stay in the dust long enough to be defined by it. Instead, she rises with intention. She returns to her source. She prays deeply, not just out of routine, but out of necessity, reconnecting with a power that restores her strength from within. She reflects on her journey, extracting wisdom from her pain, and allowing each setback to become a lesson rather than a limitation. She regains her strength, not from the approval of the world, but from a divine alignment that cannot be shaken by external outcomes. What looks like an ending for others becomes a turning point for her, a moment where redirection begins to unfold. Even her lowest moments carry hidden seeds of elevation, quietly preparing her for a higher level of understanding and resilience. Defeat may visit her life in temporary waves, but it cannot take residence. It cannot rewrite her identity. Her spirit is designed to rise again and again with a quiet but powerful determination. Each comeback becomes stronger than the last, each recovery more refined, until victory is no longer a distant possibility but an inevitable outcome of who she is becoming. She is not defined by how many times she falls, but by how consistently she rises, and in that rhythm of rising, she becomes unstoppable. 2. She can never be spiritually lost. There may be moments where she feels uncertain, where she questions her direction, or where the path ahead seems unclear and overwhelming. Life has a way of presenting crossroads that challenge her clarity, making her wonder if she is moving in the right direction, or if she has somehow drifted too far from where she is meant to be. But despite those moments of doubt, she can never truly be lost. A prayerful, chosen woman carries something deeper than surface-level awareness. She carries an internal compass that constantly pulls her back into alignment, even when she doesn't fully understand the process. This compass is not loud or forceful, but it is persistent. It shows up in her intuition, in her restlessness when something is off, and in her deep inner knowing that refuses to let her settle in spaces that are not meant for her. Even when she strays, even when she experiments with paths that are not aligned with her purpose, her spirit becomes unsettled until she reconnects with God. That discomfort is not punishment, it is guidance. Her prayers act like a navigation system, recalibrating her path no matter how far she drifts. Each prayer becomes a moment of realignment, a reset that gently but firmly redirects her back to where she is supposed to be. Others may wander aimlessly, feeling disconnected and uncertain without any sense of direction, but she is always guided back, even if the journey includes detours. Her life is not random or chaotic in the way it may appear on the surface. It is deeply intentional, even in its uncertainties. And because of that, she may pause, she may struggle, she may question, but she will never be spiritually lost. There is always a thread connecting her back to her source, always a quiet voice guiding her forward, and always a path unfolding beneath her feet, even when she cannot yet see it clearly. 3. She can never be destroyed by what was meant to harm her. People may plot against her. Situations may arise that feel unfair, unexpected, or even targeted. There will be moments when the storms she faces seem too precise to be accidental, as if every challenge has been carefully designed to shake her foundation. But despite all of this, nothing that is meant to destroy her can ultimately succeed. Instead, something remarkable happens. It transforms. What was designed to harm her begins to reveal hidden strength within her that she may not have even known existed. Each challenge pulls something out of her that comfort never could. What was meant to weaken her instead builds her resilience layer by layer until she becomes stronger than the circumstances that once threatened her. A prayerful, chosen woman carries a kind of divine covering that does not always prevent challenges, but it protects her from their final intention. She is not untouched by negativity, pain, or opposition, but she is untouched by its ultimate goal of destruction. Every attack becomes exposure, revealing truths that were once hidden. Every betrayal becomes redirection, removing people or situations that were never aligned with her growth, and every hardship becomes a stepping stone, positioning her for something greater than she could have planned on her own. The very things that should have ended her story instead become the foundation of her elevation. She begins to see patterns, recognizing that what once felt like endings were actually beginnings in disguise. Over time, she develops a quiet confidence, not in the absence of challenges, but in her ability to rise above them. She understands that nothing comes into her life without purpose, and even the most painful experiences are shaping her into someone more refined, more aware, and more powerful. Destruction loses its power over her because everything meant to break her is continuously being transformed into something that builds her instead. 4. She can never be defined by her past. Her past may contain moments of pain, mistakes, heartbreak, confusion, and seasons where she felt completely lost or uncertain about who she was becoming. There may be chapters in her life that she once wished she could erase, memories that still carry emotional weight, and experiences that shaped her in ways she did not initially understand. But despite all of that, her past does not define her. A prayerful, chosen woman understands something that many people struggle to fully grasp: the power of renewal. She knows that through prayer, she is constantly being reshaped, refined, and restored into something greater than what she once was. While others may become trapped in their history, replaying old mistakes and allowing past identities to limit their future, she evolves beyond it. She does not deny her past or pretend it did not happen, but she refuses to let it dictate who she is allowed to become. Instead, she uses it as a foundation for growth. Each experience becomes a lesson, each mistake a moment of wisdom, and each hardship a stepping stone toward transformation. Her identity is not rooted in what she has been through, but in who she is becoming through her connection with God. That shift in perspective changes everything. It frees her from the weight of regret and allows her to move forward with clarity and purpose. She begins to see that her past was not meant to confine her, but to prepare her. It was shaping her strength, her discernment, and her resilience in ways that would serve her future. And because of that, her past gradually loses its power over her. It no longer controls her decisions, defines her worth, or limits her vision. Instead, it becomes a testimony of growth, a reminder of how far she has come, and a foundation upon which she continues to build a life that reflects not her past struggles, but her present strength and future potential. 5. She can never be alone, even in isolation. There will be seasons in her life where she feels alone, moments where the world grows quiet, where connections seem distant, and where even those she once relied on no longer understand her journey. These seasons can feel heavy, filled with silence that forces her inward. She may find herself in spaces where support is minimal, where encouragement is scarce, and where her path feels misunderstood by those around her. But despite how it may appear on the surface, she is never truly alone. A prayerful, chosen woman carries within her a constant, unbreakable connection with God, one that does not depend on physical presence, validation, or external reassurance. In her quiet moments, she is not being abandoned, she is being strengthened. In her isolation, she is not being forgotten, she is being prepared. What looks like loneliness to the outside world is often a sacred season of divine intimacy, where distractions are removed so clarity can be restored. In these moments, she begins to hear more clearly, to understand more deeply, and to reconnect with herself on a level that noise would have never allowed. She learns to find comfort not in the presence of people, but in the presence of purpose. She discovers that solitude can be a place of healing rather than emptiness, a place where her spirit is renewed and her mind is realigned, and because of that, even when she walks alone, she walks with guidance. Even when she sits in silence, she is surrounded by a presence that sustains her. She begins to realize that she was never meant to depend entirely on external companionship, but to develop an inner strength that remains steady regardless of who comes or goes. And in that realization, loneliness loses its power over her. It no longer feels like a void. It feels like a space where she grows, where she listens, and where she becomes more connected than ever before. 6. She can never miss what is truly meant for her. Opportunities may come and go. Doors may open and close, and people may enter and leave her life in ways that sometimes feel confusing or even disappointing. There will be moments when it seems like she has missed something important, an opportunity that slipped through her fingers, a connection that did not last, or a timing that did not align the way she had hoped. But despite how it may feel in the moment, what is truly meant for her will never miss her. A prayerful, chosen woman understands something deeper than immediate outcomes. She understands divine timing. She recognizes that not everything that appears good is actually aligned, and not every delay is a denial. Instead of chasing after what seems right in the moment, she learns to trust that what belongs to her will find its way to her, without force, without anxiety, and without fear of missing out. This trust allows her to move differently. She does not cling to what leaves, because she understands that what is truly hers cannot be taken away. She does not panic when doors close, because she knows that closure is often protection in disguise. Even when she experiences delays, she remains grounded in faith, believing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Her prayers become an anchor, keeping her steady in moments of uncertainty, reminding her that her life is not governed by chance, but by alignment. And because of that, she is able to release control while still maintaining trust. She lets go of the need to force outcomes, and instead allows things to unfold naturally. In doing so, she positions herself perfectly for what is already destined for her. When the right opportunities come, they arrive with clarity. When the right people enter her life, they align with her growth. And when the right timing unfolds, it feels effortless rather than forced. She begins to see that nothing meant for her has ever truly passed her by. It has simply been waiting for the right moment to arrive. 7. She can never be broken beyond repair. Life has a way of breaking parts of her. Her expectations, her trust, her sense of control, and sometimes even her understanding of how things are supposed to unfold. There will be moments where the pain feels deep, where disappointment lingers, and where the weight of certain experiences leaves visible cracks in her spirit. She may go through seasons where she feels like she has been stretched beyond her limits, where the version of herself she once knew no longer feels familiar. But even in those moments, she can never be broken beyond repair. A prayerful, chosen woman is constantly being restored, even when the process is not immediately visible. Through prayer, she begins to heal in ways that go beyond surface-level recovery. Through faith, she rebuilds not just what was lost, but something stronger and more refined. Through surrender, she releases the need to control everything and allows herself to be shaped into something greater than she imagined. Brokenness, for her, is not the end of the story. It is part of the transformation. Every crack becomes a place where light enters, illuminating areas of growth and awareness that were once hidden. Every wound becomes a testimony, a reminder that she survived something that once felt unbearable. She begins to understand that she is not fragile in the way she once believed. Instead, she is being forged, shaped through pressure into something resilient and unshakable. The pain she experiences does not destroy her. It deepens her. It gives her a level of understanding, compassion, and strength that cannot be developed any other way. And no matter how deep the pain goes, restoration is always part of her story. It may take time, it may require patience, but it is inevitable. She rises from every breaking point not as the same person, but as someone stronger, wiser, and more aligned than before. 8. She can never live a life without purpose. Even in seasons where she feels uncertain, where direction seems unclear, and where progress feels slow or invisible, her life is never without purpose. A prayerful, chosen woman is divinely positioned, even when she cannot fully see or understand the bigger picture. Every experience she goes through, every delay, every connection, every challenge, serves a greater plan that is unfolding beyond her immediate awareness. There will be moments where she questions her path, where she wonders if she is truly moving forward or simply standing still. But what she may not realize in those moments is that growth is still happening beneath the surface. Her prayers are aligning her with purpose, even when the results are not immediately visible. While others may feel stuck, lost, or disconnected from meaning, her journey is always unfolding with intention. Nothing in her life is random, and nothing is wasted. Even the moments that feel like setbacks are contributing to something greater, shaping her into the person she is meant to become. She begins to understand that purpose is not always found in constant movement or visible success, but in alignment, growth, and becoming. She is not just existing or passing through life without direction. She is evolving step by step into a version of herself that reflects her calling. Each phase of her life carries significance, even the ones that feel quiet or uneventful. And as she continues to pray, to trust, and to move forward with faith, clarity begins to reveal itself over time. She starts to see connections between past experiences and present opportunities, recognizing that everything has been leading her somewhere meaningful. Her life is not a series of random events. It is a carefully unfolding journey filled with purpose, direction, and divine intention. So if you are a prayerful, chosen woman, understand this deeply. Your life is not ordinary, and neither are your outcomes. You may face storms, but you are never without covering. You may feel pressure, but you are never without purpose. There are forces working in your favor that cannot be seen, measured, or fully explained. And because of that, there are certain things that simply cannot happen to you, not because you are perfect, but because you are aligned. Stay in prayer, stay grounded in faith, stay connected to your purpose, and watch how everything that once seemed uncertain begins to make divine sense.